Hey there guys, hope you all are doing good. If you're new to the channel, my name is Shaun and I'm a trader. I've been trading the markets for 8 years at this point, and specifically I trade stocks. And in this video I wanted to go over how do you find good swing trading opportunities. And swing trading is great for people who are just not able to be in front of the monitors or monitor the positions or be active in the markets during the key trading hours, or also for people who are just simply not willing to be super active in the markets. They still want to capitalize from the market, but hold the positions for much longer, for a few days, a few weeks, or months even. So it's great for that. I used to swing trade a lot more when I had a job. I still do swing trade, but it's a lot less compared to my active day trades now. But this is a process that I used to follow when I had a job, and this is a process that I follow until today to find good opportunities in the market. So what I'll do in this video is I'll walk you through my step-by-step process, and I'll also tell you why and what I'm actually looking for. So hopefully you can pick a thing or two and implement that in your own trading, and hopefully it benefits you. So without further ado, let's actually get into it. So this is a platform called TC2000. It's a great charting platform and a good screening platform. So it has good screening tools, so you can screen for stocks really quickly. And for like if you want some special criteria to be met, you can just write custom code. It's pretty easy. So that way it's a really good platform tool. This is one thing I use, but for the purposes of this video, what I'll do is in just a bit, I'll go over the free version of how you can do it. So if you don't want to spend on softwares or tools, there's still a free version that you can do it, especially for swing trading. For day trading, you need to invest a lot into news and subscription and tools and all that. But for swing trading, you kind of sort of are able to get away with that. So what I generally do is real quick, every single day I'll take a look at what the overall market is doing. So S&P 500, so SPY is the ETF for S&P 500. Like you can see, we made a big move to the downside after the interest rates were announced yesterday. They did cut the interest rates by another quarter point. However, one thing that they mentioned, or Jerome Powell mentioned, is they don't they've cut down the number of times that they're going to cut rates, and that is more likely because of they don't see the economy sort of doing so well, or the inflation sort of cooling off so as quickly as they expected. So those are the comments that they made, and they're not going to be cutting down their interest rates, which the market didn't really like, and we sold off pretty aggressively. So let's just quickly take a look at S&P 500 or SPY, the ETF for SPY, and then QQQ, which is the ETF for NASDAQ or all the tech stocks, and lastly IWM, which is the ETF for Russell 2000, the small cap stocks. So I just generally get a general understanding of what's really happening. The second thing I like to do is I like to follow news. So Wall Street Breakfast is a good newsletter that you can follow. You can just sign up once. It's a free newsletter. They email you every single day whenever they come up with a new newsletter. It's pretty quick. Although I would want to say that Wall Street Breakfast, the newsletter used to be a lot better maybe 1-2 years ago. They used to have a lot more information in the newsletter, but now it seems to be like they've been cutting down the amount of information that they share in the newsletter. So it's been getting cut in half almost. So not a lot of information, but it's still pretty good. Whatever they provide, it's pretty good information. And the second thing is I also like to look at economic news over here. Now, Investors Daily or investors.com is a paid subscription, but it is free, pretty affordable. So I really like to take a quick look at economic news, and also they have a big picture section which gives you a general understanding of what happened in the previous trading session. So you can just quickly follow up. If you're doing this daily, it becomes a lot more easier. The whole process doesn't take you more than 20-30 minutes. And when I had a job, I would just wake up a little bit earlier, 45 minutes before the typical time, and then I would just catch up to these news and quickly scan for stocks. And another good newsletter that they have is Big Picture. But once I'm caught up to all the stories, that's when I go to the screening tool, which is called Finviz. Now, Finviz is a great free screener, and it's pretty amazing at what it does, and especially for what you get for free, it's really good. So normally, what I do is I have a criteria. I don't like to trade a lot of cheap stocks because they don't move as nicely, in my opinion, or at least I don't make a lot of money with cheap stocks. So I generally like to trade anything above $20 or higher. And the only time I trade cheap stocks is when I'm day trading, and especially day trading low float stocks. So they are really good, but that's a topic for another day. So normally, what I'm really looking for is a stock that is at least $20 or higher and has an average daily volume of at least a million shares. So average, it normally trades a million shares in a day on an average. And then when I'm looking for the next thing I'm looking for is in relative volume. So normally, if the stock trades a million shares a day, this day it has traded, or the previous trading session, it has traded at least three times more than that. So in this case, it would be at least 3 million shares when the daily average volume is 1 million. And then I'm also looking for the last criteria is has the stock moved down at least 3%? This is for shorting opportunities if I want to swing trade to the short side. And and for the long side, I'll just change it to +3, at least moved up 3% or higher for the day. And next thing I'm doing is I'm just quickly looking at the charts. If the chart looks good, and more importantly, I'm paying attention to the news and what really happened. Because if it has traded three times higher than the daily average volume, something might have happened, some catalyst might have come up, or some news, some PR, something might have come up that has caused a lot of new traders or institutional investors to adjust their positions. And really, I'm just looking at the headlines. I'm not even going super into detail. Just go into headlines and read the article real quick, sort of brush through it and understand the news, what's really happening, what has caused the stock to move so much more, and in a particular direction. That's what I'm really looking for. And another thing I wanted to mention is a lot of traders, even me when I was just starting off and wasn't so profitable, I was just looking at anything and everything, and I was just going long or short. And not a lot of people sort of understand the news of what has caused the understand the catalyst. And this doesn't have to be super in detail, by the way. And I also mean that the catalyst is great, but you as a trader must understand that catalyst also. And to give you a few examples is earnings. What sort of earnings has the company released? Just the numbers real quick, right? And do those numbers make sense to you? Second thing for me is mergers and acquisitions. I understand those that side of things a little bit more, and FD approvals. Or these are the sort of three things that I focus on. But anything other than that, if it's coming out in the news piece is something I don't understand it, as a trader, I'm not going to be able to commit my capital and risk for the position. So, or even if I do put my capital to risk, I won't have that confidence behind that position. So that's where you have a lot of psychological errors where you take your profits a bit more quicker, or maybe you let the losing stock sort of go too far behind your stock. And or in my case, I used to just get out of the stock before that my stock is even hit, because I don't have that confidence behind that position. So I would really encourage that a lot more traders understand what's moving the stock, and does that make sense to you as well. So I'll just quickly go through that, and I'm not going to go through the articles right now because I'm just trying to make a video and trying to help you understand what I usually do and what works for me. And that's it pretty much. And whatever stocks that fit my criteria, if the news makes sense to me and the chart looks really good, all I'll do is I'll come back to this platform or whatever platform you're using, and I'll just put it in my watch list. So I have few watch lists over here: quick shorts, quick pops, and fundamentally strong companies. And also, again, going back to the news piece of things. So if a company has made some good announcement, a good PR that just tells me that the stock could continue to move in a certain direction, then I would look for that one or two sort of swing trading opportunities in that sort of area, which would, for me, would be, so for example, this is a big move that happened. I would just wait for it to set up again. and look to trade this breakout. Like right now over here, it was setting up, but it gave a fake breakout a little bit earlier, and it just failed over here. But if you look at this stock, uh, it just set up. So I would wait for this setup. It's not just that the stock has made a big move. It's made a big move, and then you just keep it in your watch list and wait for it to set up again and give you the next setup that you can enter. And if you do this 10 times, maybe 7 or 8 trades of yours are going to be winners, and winners are going to be a lot more bigger. But I also segregate these stocks into quick moves based on the news and articles. So if a company is a really institutional grade sort of a company where the earnings are consistently higher, more and more institutions are investing in that stock, and they're just increasing in ownership of that stock. That for me is telling me a lot of things about the company, that it is a solid company. It is not just any other stock. That company is actually doing really good, and now I should be paying more attention to it and be more patient when I do get into these stocks. Now you'll be seeing a lot of stocks are actually breaking to the downside because of the crazy move that happened yesterday. But it was if it was a regular market day, more stocks like you can just see, and they just continue to grind higher. So if it's a fundamentally stronger company, I'm managing these stocks on a daily chart. And if it's just a quick pop and quick short sort of a stock, I'm not being so patient when it comes to holding them for multiple days. I'm generally managing them on a 30-minute chart and just getting out. And after that, it's just about probabilities. So, depending on your style and your what you're actually looking for in the charts, you're gonna have stats about your own trading. For me, it was about 56% of my swing trades would end up working. So just about 50-50, and most of my winners would be at least 3 times to 4 times compared to my losses. And just so I would lose less, and I would make more when I'm making money on a stock, and over time those gains just add up. So, but yeah, that's the general process, and I will just segregate them, and I'll just keep building my watch list. And whenever these things are setting up, I would just sort of take trades based on them. And another good thing about this particular platform is why I like it so much. Anything that is setting up right now, nothing a lot of is setting up, but for this one, like 4, I was trading earlier this year. So when it was setting up, I could just set up an alert and just write a typical note. So when I'm maybe outside and I'm not really able to see the charts a lot more in detail, I can just set an alert, have a note, catch up to what was happening and what my thoughts were initially during finding the stock. And that's one thing. And another one thing great about TC2000 is it instantly emails you. So you have that alert set up and triggered and emails you. So it's pretty instant. So that's really something I like. So basically, yeah, this is the process. Just to sum it up, look at the overall market, look at the overall news of the market, and then go into finding stocks which have made a big move, find out why they made a big move. And if the story and the chart makes sense to you, just wait for them to set up. If they give you sort of the setup, and once they break out, you can just enter as a breakout trade. So hopefully you got a better idea of how to find good swing trading opportunities, and just doing that on a day-to-day basis. Very soon you'll realize that your watch list keeps on growing. You're going to find like 2 or 3 good opportunities every single day. You can keep popping them up into your watch list, and every now and again one or the other is just going to set up and start breaking out, and whenever they break out, you can take opportunities of those trades. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you did find it useful, consider hitting a like button and subscribe to the channel. And also I wanted to give a quick shout out that I will be running a live coaching session, a group coaching session for very limited number of people. So if you're interested in learning how to trade the markets, and you want to go from beginner to, if you're beginner or an intermediate who's struggling to make gains on a consistent basis, so you can feel free to reach me at the link in the description below. We can have a quick chat over a Zoom call or something, and then see where that takes us. So if you're interested in learning how to trade stocks, feel free to reach out. And until the next video, take it easy. Cheers.